Welcome back, everyone, and today, as promised, we're going to be going over Volkswagen common problems. Now, besides being made out of cheap plastics, as there's flakes of plastic all over my engine bay, we have an array of issues. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my Volkswagen, and besides the complimentary check engine light that comes with every Volkswagen, I'm going to tell you the most common problems, so that way you're prepared for when you're owning one or about to own one, so you know what to replace and just be ready for it. So we're going to start in the engine bay and work towards the back of the vehicle. We have one honorable mention at the end that we're going to get to, and yeah, enjoy. These, specifically the 2.5s, are very susceptible to heat soak. So if you ever have any issues with that, just replace the air filter and make sure this is all cleaned out. Volkswagen poorly designed this, so the heat from the engine comes up into the air filter, and it's sucking in air from here all the way through the system and pushing it down into the engine, which makes it very susceptible to heat soak. So replace your air filter, and that's why some people go to cold air intakes. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Next up, we have our water pump. Our water pump, all the way at the bottom down there, tends to go bad. Now, this is at high mileage, but is a big deal because this can cause overheating. That's not what you want in your Volkswagen, amongst all the other issues. This is a big part that's going to take a lot of labor. That's nothing you can do. I promise you, DIYers, it's a big issue. So just, it's not worth the headache. Moving on to our next part is our vacuum pump down there. It is a big problem. They tend to go bad pretty frequently. Don't know why. Every Volkswagen I've owned, I've had an issue with the vacuum pump. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. Volkswagen just makes poor vacuum pumps, I guess. Now, unlike Audi owners, we like oil. So, top off your oil. Just 2.5s especially tend to burn oil, so just top it off. Give her some love. Take care of her. Now, what I will mention is, especially on the Passats, because I'm gonna throw some heat, put the Passats away. The Passats tend to burn ignition coils and spark plugs really bad. I've seen reports, and through my research, of up to 10,000 miles having to replace ignition coils. I don't know why. Passats just suck. I said it. There you go. Jettas are better. Sorry. So always replace the third cylinder coil, because they tend to burn on every Volkswagen on that third cylinder. I don't know why, but they do. So there you go. Now, moving over to our fenders here. Now, these fenders tend to rust, like usually around the peaks here. And I have a clip here. And that explains why. There's sound deadening that's right along here that absorbs the moisture and tends to cause a lot of issues when it comes to rust there. Nothing you can really prevent, but it's just something to keep an eye out for. Next, we move on to our fender liners. See how up here it's hard plastic, and then you move to the back, and it's kind of like cloth. This is very susceptible to the salts used during the winter, and that can cause a lot of issues. That can cause the fender to flap and then cause a lot of sound. It was terrible on the last Jetta I owned, so just keep that in mind. Now, we're going to move over to the other side of my vehicle. Now, your lower control arms, those are ones that tend to go bad super frequently, so just keep that in mind. If you're going to feel something a little off the suspension, it's probably the lower control arms on your Volkswagens. Just, there you go, it's set. Now, amongst our last things here is these skirts. The skirts on every Volkswagen I've owned have always tend to have some type of issue, whether it be damage or something like that. So just keep that in mind when you're going to buy one. There's tend to always be damage there. So for our last thing, we're going to cover our honorable mention is our headliners, our ceiling liners. These things are just such a pain in the butt. Volkswagen uses cheap adhesives, so just when you go to buy one, make sure to get that looked at, because it's a pain in the butt and it's not cheap. So that is everything for today, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a wonderful day.